Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the King's Table podcast. My name is Wise Kenya International, coming to you all the way from Creative Economy Practice. I have Lavington Jahazi building. And today, I think now he's becoming a co-host because now, at the rate at which we are meeting. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I would love to introduce a friend. This is someone who is changing the society in how we deem it and how we look at it. Someone who is moving mountains to create change and impact in every single space that he's in. From the context of entrepreneurship to the hospitality to food and helping people, and from hosting to the context of getting to interact with people, and someone who's also studying psychiatry, and also someone who's very deep in intellectualism or philosophy. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the one, the only, Chef Francis, Chef FM. Welcome.
Here I am.
Welcome. The man himself.
The one and only.
The one and only.
The one and only.
From the last time we had a podcast.
Yes.
We've met outside the recording.
Yes.
And one of the main things that we've been talking about in random situations is our childhood experiences. And you're the one who actually pointed it out.
I started.
Yeah. No, not even from starting it. From pointing out that we've had very traumatic childhoods without realizing.
Yes.
And then you stated that actually almost 90% of Kenyans, or even 99%, we don't know, have experienced a similar type of, from the context of millennials going upwards,
Yes.
because Gen Z is different, have experienced a traumatic past. It's so common to the point where I've been seeing comedians doing memes about it. How when you can walk into the house late, or how when something happens in the house, or maybe food is just something and chaos erupts. Or maybe sometimes it might be verbal abuse or something like that. And it has shaped how a lot of people think.
Yes.
To the point where the children that are gotten from our generation now affects. They get affected because of our past without realizing, because we are passing on trauma characters to them without knowing, because we do not know better.
Yes.
Yeah. So one of the things that I think I caught when we were talking is that revelation of you need to know better so that you can do better. Because unless you are self-aware of the things that have caused you to be where you are, you will never move beyond where you are.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this session is about childhood traumas.
Wow,
like
we have a lot, man. We have so much in us we are not aware of.
Definitely.
And they come up every day when I think, now I'm healed. I've figured this out.
Yeah.
Something else comes up.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh my gosh, it happened because of this. This is why I'm behaving like that. And there's so much. I think, is there anyone outside there who's living without a trauma? Do you think that?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. One way or another, it might be physical, it might be psychological, emotional, but there is something that people have experienced. And sometimes it's so bad to the point where people think that they've not gone through anything. Like you've been traumatized to the point where your brain or your mind closes up that side of your past, so that at least it's like a survival mechanism. And I think this thing is also very known in the psychological world, where you find people so traumatized that when they are told to recall a specific memory, they can even faint.
Yes.
It's serious.
It's that bad.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, like, what we see as humans sometimes is uncomprehendable. We are not able to comprehend that.
Yeah.
So you'll find yourself, let's say, for example, you've just had a car accident. After the accident, after the hospital, you'll look at a car, you'll freak out. And
that's true.
So we have deep emotional wounds we do not understand. And we need to talk about it. Because at the end of the day, this defines either quality life or not.
Yeah. It's a serious thing. And I think there's I don't know, sometimes I usually think the government is spying on us.
You think so?
I don't know why, because have you ever had this situation where you talk about something and then ukiingia TikTok you find that your FYP brings a specific thing that I usually wonder. Right. So that specific day, when I went to my FYP, like I started seeing now those specific things.
Topics about
the conversation that we were having now. So I was wondering, okay, because I've not searched it, so how did it come?
It found you.
Yeah. So there's is it Kisii University? They've started a retreat thing where they get to like go out, maybe in the nature and all that, and then they eat.
Like in the university for the university students.
Yeah. So now they come together and then they go out.
Okay.
And then obviously we don't know if it's nature or just fun, and then now they talk.
Okay.
So there's a girl that I saw that was saying, like, she always wants to cry, but she finds it very hard because of her past. Yeah. So as people are talking now, you just see people want to cry, but people, society has taught you,
yes, to be strong.
You are not supposed to cry, or maybe even your past.
Yes.
Like I can give you an example of my past. There's a time, sisi kwa estate yetu, we were raised up in a place where tukiwa watoto ukijaribu kuonyesha machozi as who. Sasa ndio unachapwa vizuri. Something happened, or maybe you've done something bad. Says your kids. Kiboko inatolewa. Either a slippers or a pipe. Nikwanga slippers, pipe.
Guy.
Pipe, na nikisema pipe sisemi pipe ya kawaida hii ya plastic. Kuna kwanga na pipe fulani inakwanga na chuma ndani.
You're kidding.
So hiyo pipe tulikuwa nayo na sijui nitokanga wapi because it was just this size. Hey bro. It was bad. And alafu ukisikianga tu imetolewa tu hivi.
Yes.
Machozi. Unaambiwa lia ni kuone ukilia.
Military.
Hey,
you're raised up in a military camp.
And that is just that side. They want sasa how this thing is twisted. Ukienda shule, there is now the thing that is usually common. If you're found in a rende or a group of people and you've done something wrong, mnaambiwanga mwende mtafute viboko. Sticks. Go and find like 6 or 7 sticks for you.
To do what?
To beat you. And if you come with a weak stick,
you go get your weapon.
You go get
the one
your
which
weapon.
is going to be used against you.
That's so now it was so messed up because if you come up with something weak, they switch it with the other person that has come up, because obviously you are found in something. Either you are found outside, or maybe you are noise making, or maybe just a fight broke out and you all fought. You go find your sticks. I go find my they're called canes. I go find my canes. And then I come. If mine are weak, they switch. I give you yours. I give mine to you, and then you give yours to me. And then now we are told to lie down.
You know, that sounds like a movie.
The sticks. I know you guys can relate to this.
That sounds like a movie to me, like literally.
Kabsa, the canes are now given to separate teachers.
Okay.
So, at one point it was just one teacher beating us, but sasa, I think they noticed wanachoka. So they decided sasa kama ni kuchapwa, it's a thorough beating. Kama ni 7 teachers wanachukua hizo maviboko. So moja na kuchapa.
Are those teachers watching right now? Because
I don't know if they are alive or not.
I don't know if they're sued.
But at that time it was normal.
Imagine, it sounds like a movie.
Yeah, at that time it was normal.
I've never heard that story.
Are you serious?
I was in Kenya school. I've been in the Kenyan school. I remember when you are doing something nasty, they would pull out the ruler and then chapa you at the back here, or they would put you on they will hit your knuckles, or you turn them around. That's the only thing I've experienced. So you want to tell me that was reality?
There's so much more. There is. It's hiyo yako ilikuwa. That one was like the phase, like a pilot project now of the main course.
I thought that was, I took that as traumatization. No. That was really bad, like getting me out, hitting me.
On the ruler, like using the ruler.
That was for me traumatizing.
Yeah.
And then
you also eat?
Yeah, it was painful. I mean, first of all, the thing is, like I was very lucky to experience 2 cultures. So in the Kenyan culture, that was normal. In the other culture, it was a no-go. Like, you don't get to beat the children. There's nothing like kind of a punishment like that. If you punish the child, You'll tell the child after school, you'll come and sit 1 hour in the classroom and you write an assignment why you shouldn't do this. Okay, that's the punishment. Or you will be told, just get out of the class and stay 15 minutes outside. That's the punishment. But now beating you up until you're even... No, that's traumatizing. And imagine that's what Kenyans go through.
Very much. Actually,
are they still allowed to do that?
It's still happening even now.
In public schools?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, there's a school that is in Nakuru.
Yes.
I wouldn't say which one, but actually I can say there's a school in a place called...
No, let's call them out. Definitely. Let's call those
there's
school
a
out.
school called St. John's.
Okay.
There's a specific teacher. I don't remember who he is, but he's just one teacher. That teacher has traumatized kids in that school.
But you know he's traumatized himself.
Yeah.
That's not the problem.
Now you see the
people who have been traumatized others.
Hurt people.
Huh?
There's a thing called Literacy Club in the campsite, the place where Njogu was. So that campsite now, on Saturdays, we usually have literacy clubs. So where we teach kids English and all that.
Okay.
The kids who are now in the schools near the campsite. So the St. John's,
yes,
which is it okay?
No, it's all good.
St. John's, which is now the school literally next to the campsite. There's a teacher that teacher traumatizes. Like kids come, and then as we are talking, they say that name, some kids start trembling. Like actually they threaten, sometimes you can be threatened with that teacher's name. Unajua nitakuitia teacher nani wewe.
Do they get sued? Does anyone take accountability?
No, do you even have the money to even start thinking about suing, and you don't even have money for fees for paying for the kid? Because you're begging the school, you're giving them money in installments, and it's not even much money. So it sometimes what I've realized is cheap is expensive.
Yes.
The moment you get to a cheap school, there's always repercussions to it.
Okay.
There are things that can happen and still happen, and you're not able to speak about it because your parent can't start thinking of where to go if you get out of the school. And then also that's a neo-colonialist mindset from the context of now. Like a child is born, and the first thing the parents start thinking of is sending them away to the schools. And now you don't know what happens in the schools. They end up being traumatized, and you're never with them because you're always working. So you never see each other. Like for me, when I was in primary, we never used to see my mom.
You should mention what time.
Because my mom used to work. She's just retired. She used to work in the government.
Yes.
So she wakes up at I think 6, not even 6, 5, and then she's prepared by 6. She's out she comes back at night from work, sometimes even at 12, because she was working at Treasury.
Yes.
Sometimes this budget thing for Kenya can they take you out like to the mid nights. So now as I'm going to school, we never get to experience. So the people who are our parents were the teachers. The teachers were our parents because they're the ones who spend most times with us.
But now if
the teachers themselves are traumatized and they also have traumas in their minds, they'll just impose that to you.
And we can see that in the society.
Definitely.
I think our whole society somehow is traumatized more than we think. I want to give you some statistics. They say from the people who go and look and seek for medical care, 25% are looking out because of mental issues. So every fourth patient who's looking for treatment, for medical treatment, medical care,
is mentally ill.
Yes.
What?
And these are the small stories we hear. We laugh about them. You will speak and say, this happened to me when I was a kid. And you laugh at it. But at the end of the day, it is having deep influence on who you are today and what you're doing today and can make you sick.
That's true.
We are not doing well as a nation. For what I've seen, when I sit down with people, There's funny stories. We tell each other what we went through as a child, in our childhood. It's traumatizing.
Yeah, it is. It
There's
is
some
actually.
things we were not supposed to see, which in the culture,
Yeah.
it's something so normal.
Yeah.
Okay, like I've heard a lot of parents, when we said we're going to share some stories today, okay, and before even I go back to my childhood, because trauma doesn't only happen in childhood. It happens even now.
Yeah, that's true.
So one of the things I experienced and I say, wow, that is so traumatizing for me. For a lot of people, it's like, oh, that's normal. That's what's happening. You know, I've ever been forcefully being arrested by my own mother because I was not respectful enough.
What?
Yeah. Can you imagine? Because I was disagreeing and saying, okay, I believe things are differently, and we had a completely different opinion. I found myself literally being locked up for a night, and the conditions to leave the cell were very clear. Say sorry to her. Say sorry to your mom, so you will be released out of the cell.
What?
And I told her in German, like in the German language in front of the OCS, like if you were in Germany, you would have never be able to pull out that. There's no way in Germany you can arrest me like that.
Yeah.
But here in
Money
Kenya,
speaks in Kenya.
here
It's
in
money.
Kenya,
It's just money.
Like I can tell you what I've seen it's horrible, man. Let's be honest, everyone is traumatized. I'm traumatized. I'm traumatized to a point that at least 20% of my day, I'm busy thinking about my traumas, analyzing it, working on it, reading a book, Googling something, YouTubing something, that I become a better version of myself. Because the more time passes and the more people I meet, I'm realized how damaged I am with all the triggers I have. And they're replicated in my normal day-to-day life, in my normal today activities.
Yeah. It's serious, man.
We're all traumatized.
Yeah.
We need to start
That's
acknowledging
true.
it.
If you can't acknowledge something has gone down in your past, you'll never move. I think
No, you're not.
even in grieving, there has to be that
Yes.
point of awareness where you acknowledge that pain and the thing that happened and
Yes.
say, okay, this thing did happen. Because if you stay in that segment of denial
Yes.
and never reach acceptance, you'll never finish grieving. Because even that traumatic experience and the therapy and you healing, that's a grieving process. You have to go through that process of feeling that pain, and then, like, if it's anger, if it's denial, if it's cursing people out or not eating or whatever, to the point where you finally say, okay, I need to let this go.
Yeah.
I've seen people who've lived their lives never accepting that they've gone through something. And then it's hit them later on in their lives through other relationships that they've been in. And then now it's messed that relationship kabisa to the point where now they already have kids.
Yes.
So now the kids are also traumatized because now the father and mother were traumatized and they never sat down to accept. And then, one thing that I think most people don't realize is old elderly parents never understood concept ya mental illness.
Yes. They were not aware.
Ati depression, ati anxiety.
If even let's go, not even like when we're talking about our parents and we're talking about our African parents, let's go to the Western society. 120 years ago, 130 years ago, if anyone was mentally ill, they would be locked away.
Yes.
Just imagine, we're
That's
talking about, we've been here as as humans, we've been here since thousands of years. But us understanding our mental brain, how it works, our psyche, it's something just above 100 years old.
Yeah.
Before, when you were mentally ill, when you were diagnosed, like, there was no proper diagnosis even. They would look at you, you behave weird, they lock you up.
Yeah.
In a facility where you don't get really treatment.
Even now, there's no proper diagnosis. These people just guess. One thing I realized is, because I've been with a friend in Chiromo Hospital.
Yes.
These people have misdiagnosed my friend to the point of giving them meds
Wrong
that affected them.
Wrong meds.
Wrong meds. And these are, I think,
happens.
when we were talking with our friend Julie, when we were talking and having a conversation, this thing, I think I just need to end because I don't want to.
No problem.
Continue. Yeah. Yep.
Your friend Julie.
Yes. So as we were talking, he spoke about what I've forgotten. What was I talking about?
We were talking about your friend Julie and traumatization.
Yeah. No, the specific thing he said. So there's something that he's forgotten. We'll remember.
It happens.
I'll remember it. I'll remember because that the specific thing that he said. Na itakuja. But one thing that I've really desired people to do is people to heal.
Yes.
You see, your future is at the end of your pain. From the context of the traumas you've experienced. The future you want, not any future.
Yes.
The future you want is at the end of the pain that you're refusing to face. That trauma.
Yes.
That you keep on saying, I've never experienced this, I've never experienced this. So unless you sit down and actually just say, okay, this thing wasn't nice. Like there's so many stories that have been told with people.
Let me tell you a story now. You know, no matter how smart you are, you have an ego.
Yeah.
And we don't like to be told
That's true.
anything about ourselves. So I knew that there's something wrong with me. I wasn't normal. The way I grew up, how I used to behave, something was a little bit off. And the first time I realized, I have something called a mental well-being, and my actions are because of what I've gone through as a child. I read an article in a magazine, and it was saying like if a mother has experienced the point where she has to go through abortion, like if you're a mother, you go through the thought like, should I keep the child, not keep the child? Do you know it has effect on the child? Those hormones. Trauma does not start when you are born. Trauma starts when you are in the womb, my brother. Okay, so you can imagine every woman who goes through a pregnancy where maybe she's being alone, where she's being undecisive, like uncertain, am I keeping the child or not? It's going to have effect on the child.
Yeah.
There will be some hormones being created which literally have effect on the child. And when I was 19 years old, I read this magazine article and it said kids who had a mother who was uncertain about keeping the pregnancy or not, they will have a tendency as grown-ups not to face challenges. They might run away from the challenge. I looked at myself and I was like, God damn it, that's me.
What?
I tell you, I was very, very difficult. I didn't like challenges. If anything came across, which was a challenge, school or my internship, becoming a chef or whatever, I will run away. I'll find myself stop working, even not going to work anymore. So I started understanding, okay, there's something in me I got to look at. But I didn't care. That was just a news article I read in a magazine, and I was like, fine, let me move on. Until I was 28, I started dating a girl in German. Her name was Vanessa, and I hope she's looking. Vanessa! Vanessa! Nessie. What an amazing woman. She was studying social pedagogic. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Like in German, the Sozialpädagogik. So social pedagogic means like becoming a teacher. She was becoming like a social teacher who is eligible to work in children's home, work with children who had very, very hard difficulties to be raised up. She would do all those, anything social. So one of her subjects would be psychology. Damn, that lady really influenced my life because she was about to finish her bachelor, so she needed to write her bachelor work. Guess what topic she chose?
A dissertation.
She chose the topic about me on
Are you kidding?
how do children behave in a relationship when they were neglected when they were kids.
Oh my God.
I can show you on my mobile phone. The email is there. I never
Oh
opened
my
it.
God.
Now I'm 42, 27. That's like 15 years old. A 15-year-old email is still in my Gmail account. I've never opened it.
What?
Because the time when she sent me that, I was so in denial. Like, how can you have the ability to understand me? Like, how would you know I went through this? Like, it was being kusomewa, ati mtu anakusoma. That was a little bit, that was too strange for me. And I didn't accept it. But she had such a good point to tell me, look, this is what I've understood about you. This is how you're behaving. And she was a good woman. And I chased her away. So, yeah, definitely there's an issue with me, right? Like, how can you chase a good woman away?
Yeah.
So that's when I really started understanding I got to work on myself, man. If I'm not working on myself, I keep doing the same repeated mistakes. Understanding, yes, if my mom is watching, my mom loves me. I know that. And I love her too. But there are some things which she did. Of course, it's not her fault. We call it the generational curse. We all know it comes from generation, abuse, trauma. Like, she's been traumatized by her parents. Her parents has been traumatized by her parents. So somebody pointing out and writing like a 70-page.
So it's called a dissertation.
Dissertation.
Until
today, I didn't read it.
That's called.
But I've worked on myself so much.
What? That's the final paper that you write before you graduate.
Yes, exactly.
What?
She wrote it about me.
What?
We dated almost for a year, and I was a difficult person. Like, when everything is perfect, I start creating troubles out of nowhere.
Self-sabotaging.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Then when
think
I
I've
lost,
also
I was
been
like,
there.
no, why did I lose her?
yeah.
And I know exactly, you didn't lose her, you fucker. You actually made sure she's not going to be around. She's not sticking around. So that's the time I started understanding, like, all these things which happened in my childhood, they have big effect on, like, even today when I was showering, I was like, damn, now I understand. You know what's the love between, there's a difference between falling in love genuinely and having just a trauma bond.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
I have dated in my life. I have experience. When I look back, the most traumatizing relationships I had were all trauma bonds. And how do I get in the trauma bond? I was falling in love with them while we were drunk. Every time I got tipsy, I was outside, or I met somebody, the flirting started. I found myself in a relationship,
Jesus
already in
Christ.
love with somebody, which was just a trauma bond.
Oh my goodness.
That's how bad it is if you've been through trauma and you not acknowledging anything. Like, I can tell you, with my last 2 relationships I've had, I started studying psychology. Just for myself, a little bit, TikTok, YouTube, trying to understand, why is this things happening to me? Why are people behaving the way they are behaving? What am I doing wrong? Just to find out that people are not working on themselves. People are neglecting. They're not very much into healing themselves. They'd rather make sure they have a strong body, they're having a good time outside there, they're driving a nice car. Like, they're not really paying attention to mental health. And I think we're even in the mental health month.
Yeah, this is a mental health month. This is the perfect time, I think,
Like,
to have
can
this
you imagine
conversation.
even me now being, there's a mental health month. It was something which 10 years ago wasn't so much as a topic. And I think right now it's more than ever important that we look into it. And I'm full of traumas. I didn't know. I didn't believe. Like, I didn't know that I have so much heartbreak. We take things as simple. I want to share with you something. Being called Muzungu. This thing of being called Muzungu. I see a lot of people being called Muzungu, and they react normally. They're like, I'm a Muzungu, and that's why they call me. But for me, I couldn't. I can't comprehend when somebody calls me Muzungu.
Why?
My own bloody father, who's white, thought I'm too dark.
Are you serious?
Yes.
How?
I'm too dark for him.
How?
He's white.
How?
I'm too dark, man. He even told me one day I swear one day I was about, I think I was 9 years old. He comes towards me and looks at my skin and says, Kijana, hiyo ngozi ingekuwa mpya kidogo. Ingekuwa sawa aje. Now let me tell you, if somebody tells you something like that, how do you accept anyone calling you Mzungu? I don't like it. Till today, I have to accept when kids call me like that, but it's still deep down, I'm like, yeah. So yeah, full of traumas. Our lives are full of traumas. We just barely acknowledge them. And I think if we did, and we can even see it in our leaders.
Kamsa.
You want to tell me those guys are mentally okay?
No.
They are not mentally okay. Most of them, how their leadership is,
I'm thinking as you're talking, there's a lot that's coming to my head, and I feel like I'll forget it. So,
you're taking notes.
I have had to take notes because I'll forget. You're talking about something is triggered in my mind,
Okay.
and then I'm like, I'll forget this because the next thing you're saying, something else comes,
Okay.
and then yeah. So one of the things you are talking about,
Yes.
I can give you a side. I can give you a story about how I also got to the point of fearing taking steps.
Yes.
Before I was born again, because I'm not a Christian, but I believe I'm a believer of Christ,
Okay.
but I'm not a Christian.
Yes. You're a believer
So
of Christ, but not
I'm
a
not a
believer of
Christian.
Christ. Wait.
I'm not a Christian, but I'm a believer of Christ.
Okay.
Those are two different things.
Those
There's
are two
religion,
different things.
and then there's this person. So there's religion and there's this person.
Yes.
So now, before I was born again, I was in Mombasa. I was started in Shomoroni. Then from Shomoroni went to Fisheries, Bamburi. Then from Fisheries went to Shanzu, Mtwapa, then Malindi, then came back to Shanzu. Yes. But now the main story is in Fisheries, Bamburi. To see there are a lot of clubs in Bamburi. So I used to host like 7 dudes in my house. It was a bedsitter. You know, of course, the houses there are so huge. So
Yes.
yeah, so there are a lot of dancers there. So I was thinking, since I'm working, I used to work in a sales company, used to sell electronics, phones, laptops, and all that.
Okay.
So before that, I was working in the customer service and customer care
Yes.
for the same company in Westlands. So I was transferred to Mombasa. So when I was in Mombasa, I was introduced to clubbing. Because I was innocent. I was this
Yes.
innocent dude who's raised up in a Christian family. Because my dad is a pastor.
Yes.
In the same light, since the husband is a pastor, the wife is also a pastor.
Yes.
So now, Mimi, I was like, I will never find myself
In a
in
club.
church. No, in church.
Yeah. Not in a club.
Because I was like, I'm wondering, what the hell am I doing thinking that I'll go to church, and the people who claim to be pastors, the things
the
they say in
worst.
churches are not the things they're doing at home.
Absolutely.
Because these traumas I've experienced and my siblings have also experienced were not imposed or inflicted by people who are unbelievers. People who are leaders
Yes.
in the church space. Communities look up to them.
By the way, they are the biggest narcissist people. By the way, most pastors are narcissists.
Yeah. That thing was messed up. So me, I was like, when I'm in Mombasa, by the way, the moment I moved out, I was like, I'm going to be the worst of the worst. Like, I'm going to do everything they've been telling me not to do. So I went to Mombasa.
I can see that smile.
Trust me. Even before Mombasa, by the way, even before Mombasa,
Yes.
there was, I was in high school, Jamhuri High School. So
Okay.
as in, we were staying in Roy, so it's quite far. So coming to Ngara every day was a hectic thing. So my mom, started paying for a single room for me in Railways,
Okay.
Ngara. I don't know if you know Ngara
know.
Railways.
I know.
Before now, they started demolishing and building those affordable housing. So where I was, there's this dude who I was really looking up to. This cool dude. Always had babes, had a car, never working. So I was wondering, what's he doing? Apparently the family has money like nonsense. So I used to stick close to him because I'm like, hey, this dude is cool. Went to his house. But now you see, this time I'm not staying at home. So I'm like, I need to try everything. These people. I'm seeing a lot of things that I've never seen. I had never seen a prostitute. I had never seen like girls wearing sijui inappropriately. So going to his house, being exposed, that guy was smoking weed, the Ethiopian one. The smoke is opaque. Like literally you can't see anyone. Like if they puff it here, you can't see. So I never knew I'm a passive smoker. I was like, I'm not smoking. But you get out of there high. So you're like, okay, but you're not, I'm not smoking. Because as we're talking, his house is huge, but apparently he didn't have chairs. I don't know why. He just had a bed. It's just very huge. But he has a system, a really huge system, and all that. So he comes, we sit down, and then we're talking, waiting for his ladies, and then he just starts smoking, and then he's like, you want? Me, I'm like, no, I'm okay, I'm full. So he was smoking there, and then now he started introducing me now to girls. Now, obviously, we didn't do anything. Then now, that goes back to school now. So I'm still going to school. It's a day school. It's not a boarding school. So there's a time that I was in Kesha. The school had a CU Kesha, Christian Union Kesha. And then CC, now the bad boys now, the ones who've been jailed in their families' houses all their lives and they want to get out. They were like, si tumekuwa tukisikia kuna mapoko prostitutes hapa Stima Plaza. Tunasema I'm hearing what these people are saying. So si tuende tukacheki. Watu bado wako huko juu wanaimba. Sasa mimi like, sijaicheki hizi maneno. Let me go. So I'm like, I'm following them. Sure. Toka. Tukawafuata, nikaanza kuenda, tunaenda, tukavuka barabara Stima Plaza, wenye wanajua Stima Plaza, tukapanda. Tukafika, tukapatana na now the prostitutes. Jipanga, wanakuja wanatuangalia, they start touching us, the girls nini. So the boys, there are some boys who know how to deal with them. So me, I was scared. I'm like, nini nafanyika hapa? But they're like, let us show you. And then in the midst of that conversation, there's this girl that says in Kikuyu, wacha tuwaitie mapolisi hawa na pesa. And then one of the boys had, then he was like, hebu tutoke mbio. Dakika kidogo tunaangalia tunaona Probox. Napiga koni na kuja hivi. Tukatoka mbio. Do you know when you're in panic and you're a group, you start being like sheep.
Yes.
Instead of thinking, you follow the person who is in front.
Yes.
So
you follow the idiot.
Yeah. So there's a guy, literally, there's barabara hapa, alafu tunavuka tunaingia ndani ya gate ya shule, and then huku hivi ni barabara. So si tumetoka huku tunafaa kuvuka barabara, but this side kuna place fulani watu wanauzanga ma vegetables, nyanya, vitunguu nini. Mama sai wamelala, zimefunikwa na karatasi. Kijana badala avuke barabara na hakuna magari, kijana shetani inamwambia piga kona uingie ndani hizi mavitu. Si akapiga. Sisi wengine wote tukamfuata sisi wote. Tukaingia ndani, tunasikia Masai, hey, mnataka nini hapa? Sijui tokeni matoch. Before we even get out, the Probox is there.
Shit.
Karauzo wanatoka nje, polisi. Like, vijana, nini mnafanya hapo? The guy that was leading us, that led us there, alikuwa na, he's a scout. He had a jacket, this inside out jacket. He turned it inside out. Alafu akasema, afande mimi sijuani na hawa. Anaturuka, na nienda nitupeleka huko. So afande akasema, hebu kuja. Akasema, pana afande, acha mimi naenda zangu. Dakika kidogo, guns. They are cocked. Like, piga step ingine, ni usiku bwana. Piga step ingine na kulipua kichwa. We are like, That's the first time I saw AK-47, my guy.
See, that's traumatizing.
Jesus Christ. Hey! Tukatoka, tukakuja, tukalalishwa chini. Manyaunyo kwanza hata bila kutuongelesha. 5 Kachapa manyaunyo. After kuchapwa, si wote tukaingia ndani ya boot. Wakasema sasa hawa, since ni Friday usiku, watakujiwa Monday na wazazi wao. Tunaenda kulala kwa cell. My parents think I'm in CU. praising the Lord. Do you know what saved us?
What saved
The
you?
school had not provided supper. And they had told our parents they are providing supper. So tukasema tulikuwa tumeenda kutafuta supper.
Ndio mkaingia kwa bahati mbaya.
Wakasema mnatafuta supper kwa ma prostitutes. Kwanza wanasema kwa mama malaya. Wakasema hapana mnatafuta.
Iko makibanda hapo next.
Twende na wao. Sema hapana, tukamwambia ingieni tu hapo ndani kwa shule muulizie kuna kesha. Ndio msiseme tunadanganya. Tunaingia hivi ndani. Gateman anasema hakuna kesha. Shangaa ni nini nafanyika?
What happened?
The gateman sijui ni kwa haya manini. Hakuwa anajua. Ndio dakika kidogo wanasikia sauti wakasema hata tuingie. It's a long route. Wakafika hadi huko hivyo and then sasa wakaangojea wakatoka nje dakika kidogo HOD akakuja head of department. Akakuja akasema akaongeleshana hapo nje sisi tuko kwa boot. Dakika kidogo prefect akaitwa. Akakuja a comedian. James anaitwa Juma. Alikoshwa hata ataona hii video. Akakuja alafu akaulizwa hawa unawajua, akatuangalia we are in the same class. The guy said mimi sijui hawa. Imagine, and then the HOD anasema by the way story peleka watu kwenye wapeleke tu kama ni wa hapa they are being expelled on Monday in the parade. Jesus Christ, mimi hata karibu nijikojoleje.
How old were you?
I was not old. I was how old was I was like, was it 15 or 16 there. To now Mombasa.
Yes.
So me in Mombasa, I'm like, by there, I've been traumatized too much. You know what I'll do? I'll just be me. I'll be free. So in Mombasa, there's this guy called Nelson. I can introduce kwa clubs nikiwa Mshomoroni. Tukaanza kwenda Bamburi. Sasa ndo nikahamia Bamburi. Bamburi, I was going to clubs. Jesus Christ, those clubs knew me. And you know, I've never drank or smoked. Never.
No cigarettes, no weed,
nothing.
No alcohol.
Shidangu ni kwa wasichana. And I can dance.
The guy is just
and
telling us right now. Girls and dancing.
My guy. Tuniko tunaingia club hivi. We used to dance for like 3 hours. 3 good hours. On stage. Or where there is a lot of people. Trust me, by the time we are finishing, those people walikuwa nafikiria tumesmoke kitu imeoza. Because they're wondering how can people dance for this long. And then we used to what's it called? They used to think we either drank or tumechoma tu kitu fulani imeoza. How can people just dance for that long? And then outside of that, it was so much that I was coming with 2 t-shirts. Because I knew hiyo ya kwanza itakuwa imesweat. So after hiyo unaenda una change.
You know, I never knew you were a dancer.
After hiyo sasa unafaa ujaingia nini yangu vizuri, TikTok yangu vizuri. Scroll chini. Ni venye sasa nimekuwa podcast na maneno za pesa sana.
Jamaa amekuwa serious.
Sasa.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, so now when you look at actually think iko kwa social media. But Facebook, iko kwa Facebook because Facebook sijaizi delete. So now outside of all of that, all of the fun, ilifika to a point sasa nimeokoka. After nimeokoka nimeenda Nax. It happened nikienda Nakuru nikitoka Mombasa. That's a story for another day. But sasa nimefika Mombasa. Naingia kwa place yenye wase wameokoka. Okay, mimi nimetoka coasts. Hata kama nimeokoka sijasi ati nimeokoka. So you enter a place where unapata wase ni kuomba kila saa. Wanda huku ni wapi? So umeingia ndani and then you experience people are always talking about verses. You're the only verse you know is John 3:16 and you don't even know the full of it. So you're like, sasa hizi ni nini sasa? So you're wondering, now the only thing you're seeing is ladies when you wako ndani ya hiyo campsite. So unaona unaweza pita naye vizuri sana. Unaweza pita naye. So one of the things that as I was maturing, one of the things I noticed is the boldness I had before I was born again. Inipotea ndani ya, I would say, religion. Inipotea, like that boldness went. Do you know how it went was we were having conversations on how to know whether it is God that is leading you in a specific action that you are doing. So it was so religious. It was so, I would say, Pharisaic. Have you ever heard of people called Pharisees? Pharisees are these people who are usually, in the Old Testament, they were scholars, the scholars of the Torah.
Okay.
They were the scholars. Hao sasa ndio walikuwa wasomi. Like wamesoma hadi imefika mahali sasa wamepata hiyo cheo.
Okay.
Inaitwa Pharisees. Then kuna Sadducees, then kuna scribes. Scribes are the ones for writing. So now Pharisees were us, the people now in that campsite at that specific time. Because every single thing that you tried doing, if it failed, or maybe didn't pan out the way you thought it would pan out, they would say you have sent yourself and it is you or the devil, but it is not God. So yo jina ya kujituma started now going around uko hivyo, but in a negative way, like aufai kujituma. If something doesn't work out, unasikia wewe ulijituma. Na wakisema hivyo, what they mean is you sent yourself and you didn't heed to the voice of God. So a fear started, the fear of not or never trying anything, because of that fear of what if it doesn't work out, alafu nikuje niambiwe nimejituma. Sasa unakumbuka what you're telling me about communities? You are very right. Like if you're in a community now, you have to do what the community says, or if you don't do,
you'll be outcasted.
Sasa it was that kabisa, like
the fear of being outcasted is so embedded in our nervous system, and that goes really back to thousands and thousands of years ago. So you don't want to do something too weird.
Yeah. So it was bad. Yani, there's a time I even stopped creating nikiwa huko. I was so deep in, like, there's a time I was so deep in dance, and then adi ikafika mahali tukaanzisha a thing called flash mobs, different counties. So tukaanza na Nairobi, and then tukianza na Nairobi, immediately NTV kakam. It was pale Sunken Park, pale uchumi, sijui sasa nikwambia, kuna place town inaitwa Sunken Park.
Okay.
There's a uchumi supermarket. I don't know if it's still uchumi or Quickmart, but your place on Saturdays and Sundays kuna kwa skaters wase wana skate. It's a parking lot.
Okay.
Yeah, so tunifanyanga flash mob hapo. So NTV came and other influencers and all that, so wakaona, and then NTV wakatu invite. And then mimi nikaambiwa hiyo si God.
Yes.
Hiyo ni vitu tu zingine. And then me, I was not strong. So you see, in life, when you're not matured yet, like mentally, if you're looking up to someone and you're saying, hey, maybe this guy, a lot of people are looking up to them, their advice, you take it to heart. So me, I was told this thing. The guy told me, by the way, they're not good about story media and all that.
Yes.
So me nikasema, me, I'm following you since you're my mentor technically. So me, I'm like, I'm not going. My friends heard that I said I'm not going. And then, I had already contacted NTV. They were so messed up because they had prepared the videos, everything. They're saying these guys are coming, and then hii ndo kitu yenye itafanya. By the way, that thing would have trended at that time. My friends wakaniita kando wakaniambia, Wise, unajua shida yako ni nini? You have reached to a place where you start listening to godly men instead of God's voice. Those are two different things.
Listening to godly man or to God's voice.
Yes, because sometimes a godly man can tell you something that is just a perspective, but it's not what God has told you. Because everyone, depending if you're Hindu or Muslim or whatever, there is that thing. Mefika place, unaweza sema consciousness yako inaweza kukuambia, okay, this is the right thing to do. You do this. But now, if your identity is in a specific person and they tell you that thing, then you say this must be the right thing. But my friends told me, Wise, you've messed this up. This is an opportunity you have missed. Me, I was like, pana, you guys, nyinyi ndo mjui. This guy has to be right. So now in hindsight, I'm seeing how most of the things I started doing just started dying. Because I'm like, okay, unaulizwa, but why are you doing it? Is it really God? Sometimes you just do something for the sake of doing it. If it's art, you draw for the sake of the gift that is in you. Sometimes if it's music, you sing for the sake of removing the thing that is in you. If it's dance, the same thing. So like everything was so is it even a word, religiosized, where people now started, fear was the order of the day.
Right now what I'm asking myself, were those actions done? I mean, every decision you make, were they done from a perspective where you're mentally very healthy? Or do you believe that your mental health has some influence on the decisions you make?
Because, okay, at that specific time, the reason as to why I would say I was not, because the backstory of that is a lot of people who came into that place had a lot of parental wounds, father wounds, mother wounds, sana father wounds. So you meet someone that is a father figure and you're like, wow, it's like the father I never had. So you want to like just embody that. And then they've also gone ahead to do the thing that I want to do.
Yes.
So you're like, this is the path I should take. Me, by there, I never knew that I would move from that season. So dysfunction comes where you are not healed enough to see. Sometimes you're blinded by the pursuit of a father figure. So everything that is said comes through that filter of, hey, by the way, this is the father maybe I never had. So I would listen to him instead of seeking to find out what is it that my heart really desires? What should I do outside of every single voice that I'm listening to? Because at one point, there were so many voices that now it's becoming like you're bipolar. Because when you're with this person, you're like this character. Then when you go to this ones, you're like this because you want to please them.
By the way, we're all having a little bit bipolar.
Yeah. So
we all have it. Some have it to the extent where it gets unhealthy, but we all have it a little bit.
Yeah, so that's just that. But now the main story from that context was dysfunction and listening to people's voices now had that toll where I was so fearful of doing anything that I was like, let me just sit here and serve and just volunteer and never do anything. Because the moment I do anything, I'll fail. And the moment I fail, I'll be told that fear of
being neglected, outcasted.
You don't have God in you. Where there's something else. So you're doing this, you don't have. And then there's that perspective of God only revolves in a specific community or a specific people. So if you're not with us, you're against us. Why are you not here? Why are you there? What are you doing alone? You get. So now, I think that independent thinking also got me into like specific troubles to the point where now I've never been invited again. It's that serious.
Invited
for 2 years
to
that space. I've asked for 2 years. After 3 months, I asked, hey, are you willing to? Hey, are you willing to? Hey, are you willing to? And then the next year, hey, are you willing to? We are busy. We are. But you just realize, by the way, there's a fear they have. Because there are people who come in anytime they want. And they are usually accepted. And what I realized, which is a harsh truth, and that's where I am right now, the moment you become self-aware and the moment you know who you are outside of everyone else, you become a threat. Because now people can't use you the way they wanted to use you.
Oh, yeah. You become a threat to society, to your friends, and you find yourself isolating yourself. Because you can't stand the bullshit around anymore.
That's a burden.
The more awake, the more aware you are about yourself, the more you will avoid a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it starts even avoiding parents.
Yeah. So
avoiding parents.
I think that was where fear started. Now from the context of huko nyuma, my childhood and all that, which we also talked about. But now, huku mbele, tukiangalia historia, how religion has shifted my perspective of even faith. Because taking that step and just detaching yourself from the outcome, just doing something and, okay, whatever happens, but you know you've done it from a right space.
Yes.
You know what you're doing is going
good
to help
intent.
you.
You had good intentions.
Yes. So now there's that, it's called analysis paralysis. You think so much, you're in your mind so much that you don't move. And then it's analysis paralysis and cognitive dissonance, where you know there's something that you know and there's something that you want to do. But since the thing, and then not even something, there are some things that you know that are battling with you.
Yes.
From the context of this experience that you've had, and then there's what you know now. And then this experience is embedded in your brain. So there's something your brain is used to and thinks this is safe. So when you even try to do something new and your mind is like, this is something new, the other brain cell is like, this is something new. This is danger. Why
your brain actually tries to protect you.
Yeah, so why are you doing this? Self-sabotage comes in.
You know, I kind of feel like a lot of things what happen to us and how we do things all goes back to mental health. Like literally, you're just the product of the decisions which were made for you and which you made for yourself in the past, which dictate your future. So a lot of like, let's say, for example, the fear of doing something new. Most of us have it. Even me sitting here and saying we're doing this podcast, I'm sitting here and I'm talking to all of you and the camera's watching. It's a bit fearful. But it all has something to do with our mental health. The more fitter you are in your mental health, the more things you can achieve. Like I would say most of us are in a deep state of sleeping, where we don't know who we are, where we take a lot of setbacks as something personal, where we say, okay, I failed in life because of me, but it's not because of you. It's because what the environment has done to you. And if you become aware about that, that's where you're literally able to live a more joyful life and accept failure. It's easier to accept failure now.
Yeah.
If you're more conscious and you know, okay, let me do something, it's something new I've never done, then you fail, it's okay. So mental health is something we really neglect, man.
Yeah. And I think also
you're the product of whatever happened to you.
We need to also be honest to just accept. I think that's, especially for men, that's one of the things.
Have you ever dated a mentally ill person?
I've even written it as you were speaking. What I wrote was, imagine for example, like you see like the example which you're going to share after I share this one. I hope you're going to share that one. The one you told me about. So you imagine there's a lady, a beautiful lady. To this day, I usually say, any single man that will find this lady, this lady is amazing. Even now. But now, not even but, one of the experiences that I've had, which was really disheartening for me, is there's a time where I shared my, like you see the way we are sharing right now? I shared my past traumas, especially from the context of relationships. Imagine she used it against me.
But that's what women do.
I was traumatized.
You give them your most valuable thing, and they will use against you. Especially when it's a woman who is mentally having narcissistic traits.
It was so bad. Like at that time, I was going to Nakuru, then coming back. I wanted her to come to Nakuru to get to also meet the guys, because I was staying there. I've stayed there for 6 years, so they're practically my family. So I was like, hey, come in here so that at least these guys also get to know you, because your guys know me, like your friends in Nairobi know me. Hey, but she was always giving excuses. Now to the point where we were talking one time and then she dropped it. Because I was asking her questions, serious questions about marriage, because I was thinking about marriage. Hey, but ikafika mahali, she was like, hey, by the way, you know what you're doing you right now, it's just like you're doing this and this. And I was like, why are you bringing the things that I told you now in this conversation? And she, by the way, she didn't know she's bringing them up. She was not defending herself. Yeah. She was just... in a heated conversation, you are just defending.
You know, when we date, we're not so conscious about dating. So we find somebody who's pretty or not pretty, or somebody who's just the chemicals. You know, they say our subconscious mind decides if I like you or not before my conscious mind decides. So
definitely.
So here we are, knowing that we mostly run on our subconscious mind. Right? So you meet a woman, she smiles at you, you smile back, maybe she smells good, and she's got you hooked on her. Okay? Start dating just to find out that the relationship is horrible. Like what I found out for myself, there's something called an avoidant attachment style. Have you heard about avoidant attachment style?
No.
Then there's the anxious attachment style. Then there's the normal attachment style. And then there's an avoidant anxious attachment style. This is so funny. So here we are. Like even being an empath comes from trauma. Being an empathic
feeling deeply,
person.
yeah.
So and that's where you had to be. That's where you from having too much empathy, you become even a people's pleaser. So let's say, for example, I know myself. I have an anxious attachment style mixed a little bit with normal. So meaning, through my traumatization, what happened in my childhood, I give an extra mile. I want to know why are we fighting? Can we solve this? Like I'm super anxious to
move from the situation.
Yeah,
yes.
let's solve the problem. Then you're having an partner who's an avoidant. Let me tell you, brother. I can tell you honestly, and a lot of people who are watching my TikTok, they've been following, and they've seen, hey, Francis, something has changed. Francis has become very quiet. I didn't post that much, and if I would post, I would literally post about my relationship, saying, oh, this has happened. I started really looking bad, and I tell you, I've worked so much on my health, on my mental health, just to meet somebody who would almost make me the most stupid thing. Like, if you have men outside there, you find they're doing suicide, believe me, there is somebody who makes them crazy.
Yeah.
If you're being questioned by, your own sanity, you ask you, what's like, I tell you what, we're in a dangerous society. Right now where we are, it's just so messed up. You know, you kind of feel like the biggest threat to us would be a World War III. Bullshit.
Yeah,
that's not
the
your biggest threat is the woman you're dating.
Yeah.
She can kill you. And not by taking a knife. No, she can mentally kill you. That you even start losing your own mind.
That's true right now.
And that's, for example, where I was. I was dating for 1 year. And even before that, I was dating for 1 year. And I've been dating people who had character issues. And it goes back to being traumatized as a child. And I would say I'm not regretting, by the way. I don't regret that. I do not regret because it's made me who I am. So to all the ladies, I've dated you. You've broken my heart. I broke your heart. Since I'm small, all good. It's part of the experience. And we get traumatized. Like, we should really, like, if you're having, I'm quite sure maybe there's an ex you owe an apology.
Definitely.
Tell her sorry.
Me actually went through a spree.
I can tell you a story which happened to me and it really opened up my heart. My first love was a beautiful woman. Beautiful girl. Her name is Yvonne. Pointy kama mimi.
Hey, first loves. Shout out to first loves.
She was mixed race.